In the back. So underneath the seat. Hide your shoe underneath the seat. You say.
Testing audio. Testing. 1, 2. Friday night lights illuminating the home of Central Coast football here at Plume Park as we are set to resume hostilities here in round 15 of the National Premier League's New South Wales men's competition. Pete Pryor with you this evening to bring you all the action live and exclusive to the Football New South Wales YouTube channels. An absolute pleasure to have your company wherever it is in the world you may be watching from. I hope you're rugged up and staying warm, as we are definitely doing our best to also keep as warm as possible here. Plenty of extra layers being donned throughout the crowd here at Plume Park, the second coldest place on earth. Let's take you through the team news. The lineups are in, of course, for the hosts, the Young Mariners Academy. In goals, number 40, Dylan Perrite Cullen. Number 4, Andre Parks will partner number 34, Parker Williams, at the heart of defence. Number 5 will be Harry Menem. 8 and captain, Lucas Shikluna. Number 11, Don Neonkuru. 12, Tay Headley. The 13 is Yanni Nassis. The 22, Rocco Smith. 36, Jordan Small. And 37, Bailey Brantman. So no Lucas Smythe this evening, unavailable for selection. On the bench this evening for the hosts, reserve goalkeeper Jaya Janovic. Number 2, Michael Paragalli. 7, Mate Bjorshek. Number 9, Nico Duarte. 39, Adam Hall. And the substitutes rounded out by number 42, Alex Gunturnis. For the away side this evening, Rockdale Ilinden, of course. In goal, the ever-present number 1, Harrison Devonish-Mears. Number 2, Daniel Collins. Number 5, Giorgio Speranza. Number 6, Isaac Danzo. Number 7, their top goal scorer this season, the Baker, of course, Alek Uroshevsky. Number 8, Dean Pelikanos. Number 10, Brendan Chalakian. The 11 is Lachlan Constable. 14 is Braden Sorge. 22, Blake Ricciuto. The starting 11 rounded out, I should say, my apologies, I'll get that out eventually. Rounded out by number 66, Matthew Cordier. And the action begins this evening. Your referee, of course, will be Danny Horsted. I'll take you through the Rockdale bench in just a moment. The referees just conducting their final checks ahead of kick-off here in round 15. Whistle blows and away we go, as signalled by Danny Horsted. It is the Mariners who get us underway here on the coast, kicking from right to left on your screens. Great Cullen opting to play long. He'll come straight back at them though. Andre Parks will pick up on the loose ball here. They've just turned it over cheaply. It has been a recurring theme of the Mariners throughout the early stages of the season. They've won back possession though, and striding through midfield is Bailey Brantman. He's seen the keeper off his line. Well, just an early sighter from Bailey Brantman. Not even a minute on the clock here. He is capable of the spectacular, is Brantman. In fact, did score the opener last time these sides met down in Rockdale. It was technically a Mariners home game, but Plume Park was deemed too wet to play. That one last season. Mariners couldn't quite hold on for the win on that day, eventually succumbing to a wonder goal from Alek Uroshevsky. Late winner for Rockdale on that night. Here's Shikluna. Back with Williams, who carries it forward from defence. Narcissus, Tay Headley now. Excellent feat from Tay Headley as he continues his slaloming run forward here. Now Narcissus, Menem. Passing lane is blocked off, but Shikluna does well to retrieve it. Immediately harassed by Constable. Forced all the way back to Perrite Cullen. Mariners looking lively in the opening exchanges here at Plume. They have had an extra week's rest as well, of course. Their round 14 fixture, as it was scheduled for Saturday evening last weekend, was rained out. It's the wild weather that lashed much of the eastern seaboard last week. This one goes over the top. Devonish Mears was quickly off his line to snuff out the danger. It was Narcissus who got after the loose ball there. Nearly made Rockdale pay. They're back for playing a fairly high line, leaving those runs in behind exposed. First corner of the game will go the way of the Mariners as Shikluna makes his way across to take it into that massive fog over on that far touchline. That's how you know you're at Plume Park. Out-swinging delivery from Shikluna. Harrison Devonish Mears gets a couple of fists to it. It's going to come straight back in. The flag is up, so it's inconsequential in the end. Devonish Mears playing out from the back. Here's Daniel Collins. He was also on the score sheet last time these two sides met. Picked up the equaliser. Over the top it goes. Will be all too much on it in the end. Comfortable enough for Parade Cullen. Fizzed in at the feet of Menem. Shikluna. He's playing the simple ball there under a bit of pressure from Shalakian. Once again, the Mariners want to play their way through this press offered by Urashevsky. Forward it goes again in the direction of Shalakian. Danger cleared in the end by Andre Parks on that far touch line. Really made sure of the clearance as well. The Mariners may be thankful for the extra week's rest as well. Their last fixture back in round 13 down at Wollongong, suffering a heavy defeat on the day. Giving head coach Lucas Vallela plenty to work on. Constable offering the wall pass. Mariners will pick it back up in the middle of the park with Headley. Menem was offering some width there, but playing simple, going back to Williams, and now it will come out to Menem. Slide wall ball into the channel for Headley. He's just muscled off it in the end by Sorge, I should say. Parker Williams. Straight up the line, and it will take a touch off a couple of sets of legs. Final touch off a Rockdale player, so the Mariners will have the throw on this near touch line. Brightman sends it straight back to Menem. Straight back into touch in the end. Another Mariners throw though. Brightman. This time Brightman does play it straight out into touch. Pass back to Menem was just a little too far ahead of the Mariners number 5. Well, last time the Mariners played at Plume Park, of course, right at the end of April, that one saw them pick up their second win of the season in that 3-2 battle with Sutherland. They'll certainly be hoping for much of the same tonight, but they do come up against a Rockdale side who are flying high. A chance to go provisionally top of the table with 3 points tonight. They will overtake the Wanderers, who are yet to play. Great. Cullen had to be alert. That one was really fizzed in at him, and Urashevsky was lurking on the edge of the 6-yard box with dangerous intent. It was man of the match last time these two sides met, Dylan Pratt Cullen. Braden Sewage making his way over to take the throw all the way back to Collins and then all the way back to Devonish Mears. Sewage has remained wide. Come to Dunzo. Back to Collins, and they'll play their way out across their back line here. Rockdale. Striding forwards is Ricciuto. They'll have it back as well, Blake Ricciuto. Just wants to hold the ball. Dunzo. Cross is blocked off in the end. Shikluna picks up on the scraps, and they'll look to play their way through the middle of the park now, the Mariners. Ball speed is seemingly better than what we've seen in weeks gone by. I dare say that has been worked on very closely with the coaching staff here on the coast. Here's Harry Menham. Jordan Small now. Well, just as I was complimenting the Mariners' quick movement of the ball, they've just slowed the tempo right down, of course. Williams sends it forward in the direction of Nassis. Good feet from Yanni Nassis as well, and now Bailey Brantman onto his left and then back onto his right. Maybe took one touch too many there, Bailey Brantman. He's just trying to twist and turn and fashion an opening. Never really arrived. Pressing and the endeavour and the energy of Tay Headley there. Not letting Rockdale play out. They're not willing to give their opponents an inch, and a bit of athleticism on display from Braden Sorge there as he half vaults a fence to retrieve the ball. There's never a ball boy around when you need one, is there? Well, that was living dangerously, Parain Cullen. And that's living confidently from Parker Williams, a twist. The pass out to find Brantman. Couldn't retain possession though. Pelikanos was after it. Parker Williams first on scene. Well, we said it's a chance for Rockdale to go top of the table with a victory tonight. For the Mariners, a chance to lift themselves off the foot of the table. They currently find themselves anchored right to the bottom. A win tonight could see them jump as high as 14th, leapfrogging the two ahead of them. Of course, the two ahead of them in the form of Sydney FC and Sutherland. Sydney FC currently in action elsewhere. We'll bring you live updates on that very shortly. In fact, we'll bring you an update on that one right now. They're ahead by a goal to nil over Sydney Olympic. Not quite through the first half at that one, I should say. My apologies. Down there, an early goal for Tiago Quintal in the 4th minute, providing the difference. Confident from Andre Parks to turn away from trouble there. Slide rule ball in behind, but contact on Ricciuto is too much for the referee's liking. Rockdale eager to get things back on the move quickly. Chalakian. They can't beat this low block of the Mariners so far. Mind you, the Mariners, they turn it over, but they regather it as quickly as they lost it. Here's Shikluna. Menham's made a good-looking run out wide, and it will come out in his direction. Here is Menham with a bit of green grass in front to operate in. Crossed in towards Don Neonkuru. Sensational! And the celebration's not half bad either, if you don't mind. A wonderful ball in from Harry Menham, and Don Neonkuru was cool as you like. One touch to set himself, the second touch to find the back of the net, and the Mariners go ahead here at Plume. It was Giorgio Speranza who couldn't get close enough to Don Neonkuru. And if I'm judging the celebration as well, I'll probably rate that about a 9.5 out of 10. We did say the Mariners played with some great energy in the opening exchanges. They've made it tell on the scoreboard now through the first 12 or so minutes here at Plume. Don Neonkuru has been absolutely sensational this season for the Mariners. No Lucas Smythe, no worries. Menem couldn't retain possession. Here's Braden Sorge. Tay Headley keeping him very honest. Headed forward in the direction of Brantman, who just gave Ricciuto a little nudge on the way through. A little too much for Danny Horsted's liking. Well, for Don Neonkuru, it's his third goal of the season so far. I dare say there's many more to come from this young man as well. But it's Rockdale getting forward in the direction of Uroshevsky, stretching every sinew to try and reach that one and reel it in, but a little too far ahead of the Baker. Of course, Uroshevsky, who in fact has a baker's dozen goals to his name this year, fittingly enough. 13 goals for Alek Uroshevsky. We spoke about the last meeting between these two sides where it finished 2-1 in favour of Rockdale, but the meeting before that yielded 3 points to the Mariners in a 3-1 victory, of course. Scorers that day including Cam Windus now at Marconi, Lachlan Bayliss now at the Newcastle Jets first team, and that is high and late. And Danny Horsted will have a decision to make here. Mariners players are up in arms. The studs were certainly raised. Just waiting to see a replay on the monitors here at Plume. Well, that's not great, is it? Thankfully, the contact seemingly fairly negligible in the end. No real damage done. Bailey Brantman is back up and about almost immediately. Good signs for the Mariners. He's now waved back onto the field as well, so the Mariners return to their full complement of 11. Parker Williams just ran away from him a little bit, but the sliding challenge at the end of it, again yielding another free kick to the Mariners. It was Chalakian just going through the back of Parker Williams there. The Mariners will be happy enough with this series of free kicks in their favour, and then to just slow the play down a little bit. Meanwhile, here's Brendan Chalakian, Pelikanos, all the way back to Ricciuto. Ricciuto, well, he's being kept honest again by Brantman and Neonkuru as well. Mariners players doubling up in their efforts to press. Got their tails up, the hosts. Goal just minutes ago to Don Neonkuru, of course, to open the scoring. Giving the Mariners the lead. Two academy sides in action on this Friday evening. Both academy sides currently finding themselves ahead. That's delightful in the direction of Menem, but Menem's ball forward in the direction of Narcissus was not quite of the same quality. Excellent tracking back, though, from Harry Menem. Good fall favourably for Cordier here. Don Neonkuru's doing some defensive work, not allowing Cordier to get forward in any real danger, or dangerous position, I should say. Here's Rakuto. Wide it goes to Sorge. Inside for Danzo. And now Chalakian. Crosses high and deep, and there's no Mariners players there marking Cordier. Cordier perhaps taking one touch too many, though. Crosses blocks. Shot at the end of it as well. Draws an absolutely sensational save from Dylan Parate-Cullen. Stretching every bit of his 6'5" frame to reach that and prevent it from reaching the top corner. Wonderful effort. The save, even better. Looked like the final shots, yes indeed, was from Isaac Danzo. That's as close as they've come. We'll have a corner as well, swung in towards the near post, and Parate-Cullen confident that he had his angles correct, as that one just sails harmlessly over the crossbar in the end. Williams in the direction of Brantman. It's a bit of an awkward height for the Mariners, number 37, but he's able to find Neonkuru in the end, in a roundabout sort of way. Neonkuru wins the free kick in any case. All the way back with Parks. Parker Williams. Again, confidence in playing their way out, and it's Parker Williams still carrying this forward, and now looks for the raking crossfield ball in the direction of Neonkuru. It's off his back in the end, I think. It's a real battle out there on that far touchline as well. Battle in the end going the way of Rockdale, only momentarily though. Parker Williams stepping forward and saying, I'll have that one, thank you. Parate-Cullen, well, perhaps feeling the pressure that time. Harry Menem stretching to try and keep it in play, but he couldn't bring it under his spell in the end. Constable and Chalakian now. Still going Chalakian. Taken off his toe in the end by Menem. Another Rockdale corner. It was set pieces that proved the Mariners' downfall in their defeat against Wollongong. Those in the stands here will be hoping they've learned from their defensive naivety. And so it seems, clearing their lines comfortably enough in the end. Sorge working the levers to launch that one back into the field of play. And then turning it over in turn to Yanni Narcissus. A little tug on Don Neonkuru there from Sorge, and he could find himself in a bit of trouble here. Yes, indeed. Dunny Horsted quickly across. That's probably about as clear as a yellow card as you'll see. Tug on the shirt of Don Neonkuru as he looked to race forward into the channel. He causes defences all end of headaches, or no end of headaches, I should say. Don Neonkuru with his absolutely explosive pace. He proves a difference so far in this one as well. Scored the opener. Harry Medham finding him with an excellent cross. Don Neonkuru, cool as you like as well to pick his spots. Long it goes this time. Devonish Mears was always favourite to get there. Daniel Collins happy to watch it back to his goalkeeper. Sliding challenge from Sherlockian is effective. Sorge. He's turned it over again though. Shikluna finding Parker Williams, who in turn finds Shikluna. Looking to release Neonkuru. Brantman just leaving that one for Shikluna. Rocco Smith happy to watch that one out into touch in the end. He's got a fantastic metronomic value, does Lucas Shikluna. Just keeps things ticking over in the middle of the park. Excellent range of passing, fantastic technique as well. Definitely one to watch. Rockdale once again looking to play their way out from the back. Ricuto and Collins combining. Collins able to stride forward under no real sort of pressure there. Sorge. Constable. Pass was a little loose, but it finds Danzo in the end via Pelikanos. Again, it's Neonkuru and Shikluna. Over the top it goes in the direction of Narcissus. I fancy he may have been offside in any case. It's Cordier racing after this one. Andre Parks was favourite to get there. The Mariners looking to get forward with a bit more urgency. Perhaps a little bit too much though. Ricuto getting there ahead of Neonkuru. Of course, plenty more action across the NPL men's competition tomorrow. Action-packed Super Saturday of football, of course. Spirit FC playing host to Apia Leichhardt at 5:30. The Wanderers will host Marconi at 7. Also at 7 o'clock, St George hosting Sutherland. Hills hosting Blacktown at 7 o'clock. Manly United playing host to Wollongong at 7:15. And also at 7:15, St George City against Sydney United. Dare say that calls for a bit of multi-screen action. But our focus is very much firmly here at Plume Park, where the Mariners still hold that single goal advantage courtesy of Don Neonkuru. Rockdale have certainly had the bulk of possession, but haven't really been able to do all too much with it. Parat Cullen urging his players upfield. Did make a fantastic stop earlier in the half from Isaac Danzo. Here's Tay Headley for the Mariners. Unable to advance past Sorge. Stepping forward is Jordan Small. He does well. Contest between Tay Headley and Isaac Danzo. Well, Tay Headley's conceded the free kick. Rockdale very eager to get things back on the move. Slide rule ball as well. Parrot Cullen was off his line to snuff out the chance very quickly. He had to be as well. It was a save he had to make as Speranza burst into the area. Got down very quickly, spread himself well to smother the chance. Rockdale firing another warning sign across the bow of the Mariners there. Again, Rockdale applying that high press, and Parker Williams, again, confident as ever, just striding forwards. Why pass through the press if you can carry it? Sorge for Rockdale now. Supporting is Pelikanos. Again, they can't play their way through that half space. Shikluna has his heels clipped by Danzo. Now the Mariners want to get things on the move all too quickly. Bailey Brantman seemingly asleep at the wheel temporarily. He'll have it back though, Brantman, and he will win the free kick as well. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. Perhaps didn't get the shout from his teammates about the quick free kick being played. Danny Horsted just shrugging as if to say, well, what do you want me to do? Back underway. That's a wonderful ball in the direction of Harry Menem. Well, Harry Menem kept going forward to apply the pressure on Devonish Mears. Collins got to the ball first, though. Devonish Mears finalising the clearance. Sorge nodded down to Constable. Shikluna just hooking that one away. Just relieving the pressure somewhat. 15 or so minutes to go until the interval here at Plume Park. Temperature has certainly dropped, as we said. It is just about the second coldest place on earth here. I do have to say second coldest because Eric Subiano will definitely retort with the temperature at Christie Park. That one, of course, tomorrow evening, Spirit FC, 5:30, playing host to Apia. The Arctic Circle, as it's more commonly known. Here's Rikuto. Danzo. Uroshevsky. Still going, Uroshevsky. Straight at Parade Cullen in the end. There is a Mariners player down on the turf in back play as well. I think that might be Rocco Smith. Parks and Parker Williams are across to assess this situation. So by process of elimination, I would say that is Rocco Smith who's going to need some attention here. Well, it's concerning. We've just seen on the replay here that he's gone down under no real contact. Just pulled up quite sharply, actually, after that chance from Uroshevsky, and physio Cade Mapu is going to have to work hard to get Rocco Smith back on his feet here. They do have a like-for-like replacement on the bench in the form of Michael Paragalli, who was preferred in the earlier stages of the season. Well, Smith is back up and about, albeit very gingerly. We'll see if he is able to continue in the end. Rockdale sportingly returning the ball back to the Mariners. Parks just launching it long this time. It's going to come straight back at them though. Constable. Well, only momentarily. It's a very good challenge from small. Shikluna and Headley looking to release Yanni Nassis now. It's an awkward sort of bobbling ball. Nassis looking to find Shikluna with the back heel. Tay Headley now skips inside of Sorge, shifts onto his right. Sorge sliding in, nowhere near the ball though. Back to Menham. Mariners happy to play keep ball. Here's Parker Williams. Shalakian applying some pressure. Rocco Smith is back up and about and moving very freely indeed as he escapes the attention of Cordier, and then is rather unceremoniously dumped to the deck on his way through as well. Did well to initially escape the attention of Matthew Cordier. It's only momentarily. Cordier was less than cordial in his response. Mariners get us back underway in the direction of Headley. Headed clear as far as Danzo. Cordier bundled off it, but he'll win the free kick on that, free kick I should say, throw in, my apologies, on that far touch line. Good strength from Rocco Smith to just shield that one out of play in the end. Leon Kuru unable to retain possession. Absolute howls for handball from the Mariners faithful. Danny Horsted says nothing doing, and Sorge will surge forwards. Pelikanos. Oh, Leon Kuru's seen just about enough. All the way back to Daniel Collins. Rakuto is pressed by Brantman, forced back to Devonish Mears. Sorge inside for Danzo. Pelikanos. They work their way wide again for Speranza. Cordier. Building nicely this from Rockdale as it's hooked in towards Oroshevsky. Headed as clear as Leon Kuru, who will complete the clearance. Straight back it comes though with Cordier, cut back across the face. Really fizzed in there. That's a good clearance at the end of it. Forced to turn it behind was Andre Parks. A clearance he had to make though, with both Oroshevsky and Chalakian lurking with real dangerous intent. Can't afford to give those sorts of players an inch. In swinging delivery, should be Parade Cullen's ball, and is. Two good fists to it. Oroshevsky. Oroshevsky, good save again from Dylan Parade Cullen. Certainly earning his keep out there in this first half. He might be called into action again here. Well, not like that, he won't. Well, it's a very good save from Parade Cullen. His goal remains intact. Oroshevsky it was who found himself all too free in the 18-yard box, looking to curl it inside the far uprights. It's two or three very, very good saves indeed now from the Mariners gloveman. Sorge. Constable, little flick to find Chalakian. Pelikanos and Sorge now. Sorge initially evading the first couple of challenges, but Lucas Cicluna will take it off his toe in the end. They'll have it back though, Rockdale. Pelikanos and Danzo now. Side roll ball in towards Lachlan Constable. Well defended and then well played out as well. Parker Williams to find Bailey Brantman. It looks to switch the point of attack in the direction of Nyonkuru. Speranza was always favourite to get there. Loose touch, however, from Matthew Cordier. Just giving it straight back to the Mariners. Well, it was certainly the Mariners who were the more delighted of the two sets of supporters here at Plume Park after the under-20s match. That one finishing 5-1 in favour of the hosts. They've got a fairly big day on the cards tomorrow as well here on the Central Coast. The A-League men's semi-final leg 2. They currently hold a 2-1 advantage over Sydney FC after the first leg. Sold out Industry Group Stadium at Graham Park. Central Coast will be hoping that the party starts tonight. The victory over Rockdale, as we said, Don Nyonkuru currently the difference. Rockdale looking to push and probe and search for an opening here. Ricciuto. Speranza. It's Danzo. Towards Cordier. Again, unable to find anyone in red and black in the area. Here comes Constable. Laid off again. Cut back across the face and cleared once more. The Mariners' goal leading somewhat a charmed life at the moment. Certainly through hard work, more than good luck, I'd say. Parker Williams and Andre Parks working overtime at the heart of that defence. They're going to have some more defending to do here as well with this free kick. Just about everyone forward except Braden Sword for Rockdale here. Whipped in towards the near post, threw a massive bodies and cleared off the line in the end, you know. Parade Cullen called into action again as well. There's a teasing delivery from the free kick that evaded just about everyone. I think it may have been Harry Menham who got there just in the nick of time to hook it off the line. Well, indeed, it was actually Parker Williams who hooked that one away. It was right under the crossbar as well. Excellent defending from the young man. He might have some more to do here. Sorge looking to release Constable. One-on-one with Menham. Danzo clipped in towards Urushevsky. Cleared once again. Now Nassis wants to release Nyonkuru. Bailey Brantman's made a good-looking run through the middle. Nyonkuru wants to go himself, goes past 1, 2, but 3 was too many. Cordier. Well defended once more by the Mariners. Here's Cicluna. Through the back of Cicluna. Oh, Lucas Villela. What's a yellow card for the Rockdale player there? Just a ticking off from referee Danny Horsted. Mariners keen to get things back on the move here as we enter the final few minutes of the first stanza. Ball into the wide area was just asking a little bit too much of Harry Menham. He is quick, but not quite that quick. Well, just the one goal to show for it so far, but certainly no shortage of entertainment here at Plume Park. As we love to say, the temperature may be dropping, but the action certainly heating up. Don't call it a cliche. Here's Danzo. We can bring you a live update from that other clash currently underway in the NPL men's competition with Sydney FC and Sydney Olympic. Sydney Olympic have equalised through Teng Kuol. So, a former Mariner, perhaps doing the Mariners a favour. Swung in towards Ulushevsky, lurking at the back stick. Ulushevsky rising. And again, the Mariners scrambling defence. Coming up chops. Sorge, forced back to Devonish Mears. We'll come back out towards Braden Sorge. Aerial duel with Menem. Ball is over the top of both of them in the end. Menem thought about going forward in the end, just opting to play keep ball and perhaps look to manage the rest of this half out. Here is Menem again. Bit of space to move into, which does eventually close down. And then, well, perhaps caught in two minds there, Harry Menem. Pass was almost certainly intended for Tay Headley, but it was a fair way behind him. It was a fairly simple looking pass as well. Uncharacteristic error from Harry Menem there. Danzo, Collins. Wide it comes again to Braden Sorge, who has so often been the outlets for Rockdale so far this evening. Shikluna. The physical tussle there with Chalakian. They probably, in fairness, it was 6 of one, half a dozen of the other, but Chalakian eventually conceding the free kick against his opposite number 8. And now the Mariners captain opting to just leave this one for Parker Williams to take, soaking up a few more seconds there. Good interplay that from the Mariners as well. Headley finding Menem again with some space to move into. Combining once again with Headley, who wants to isolate Sorge here. Oh, that's wonderful feet from Tay Headley. Shifting back onto his right now. Headley, he did the hard bits. Couldn't quite get the purchase required on the shot though. Wonderful football from the Mariners number 12 as he lets that run as well for Harry Menem. One touch to set himself, second touch to cross, and it comes out in the end for, well, Jordan Small, who didn't quite have his radar calibrated. Just slicing through that one there, Jordan Small. And I think it's gone out for a throw-in. Well, yes, indeed it has. In Sunday League terms, that's a carton. Into added time here at Plume Park. Rockdale searching for an answer, searching for a response to the Mariners' early opener. Constable just hooking underneath that one. He'll get onto the end of his own pass as well, Constable. Now Danzo. Sorge. Ulushevsky who's drifted wide. Return pass to Sorge as well. Ulushevsky between the lines. Shifting one way and the other, going past 1 and 2, and then the shot at the end of it was not very Alec Ulushevsky-like. No Baker's delight on that occasion. And suddenly, once again, all the ball boys have disappeared. Dylan Parade Cullen across to retrieve.
Here we go. Come over to One of you gamble. Wait, 4 back, straight. Cover each other.
And sending all his options forward as well. Parade Cullen not interested whatsoever in playing out from this free kick. Or goal kick, I should say, my apologies. Inconsequential, really. Rising was Narcissus, nodded down to Neonkuru. Little flick around the corner to find Headley. Two-footed challenge as well. It was certainly dangerous, and tempers threatening to boil over here. Brantman's involved, as is Jordan Small, Braden Sorge in there. Danny Horsted has a bit of sorting out to do here. Nothing really all too much in it. It wasn't the nicest challenge you'll ever see on Tay Headley. It was, yes, Daniel Collins just hooking around the leg of Headley, and it was Blake Ricuto actually first into the afters. Did see a yellow card brandished as well. Referee Danny Horsted just in there playing school principal at the moment, keeping things calm. Yes, indeed, the yellow card was brandished in the direction of Ricuto for running into that one. The Mariners will be happy to just let this eat up a few more seconds here. So we tick into the 6th minute of time added on. 5th minute, I should say, my apologies. There's the fog starting to roll in here at Bloom Park. Lucas Shikluna might just be eyeing up the shot here from this set piece. Instead, just opposite dink one over the top, and it's a high boot from Bailey Brantman there. Yellow card going the way of Brantman on this occasion. Time still ticking away. Rockdale eager to get back on the move. Too quickly for Danny Horsted's liking. He's still out there taking names. Now we do get back on the move. Ricuto. Daniel Collins now. Head up and scanning for options in front. Opts to go long in the direction of Urushevsky. Marshalled all the way by Parker Williams. And Wolf, brave or foolhardy, I'll let you decide. It won't matter though, as referee Danny Horsted signals that will be that for the first stanza of this one. Only the one goal to show for it, courtesy of Don Neonkuru, but certainly no shortage of entertainment here at Bloom Park. Mariners repelling wave after wave after wave after wave after wave of attacks, and maintaining that solitary goal advantage. At half-time, it is the Central Coast Mariners 1, Rockdale 0. Make sure that you do join us for the second stanza in just under 15 minutes' time. A very warm welcome back to all of you joining us this evening here on the Football New South Wales channels here at Plume Park. A very crisp evening indeed as the fog continuing to roll in across the ground here in round 15 of New South Wales NPL men's action. Both sets of players are back out. The officials have now joined us as well, and both sides ready to resume hostilities. Away we go, says Danny Horsted for the second half of this one, where the Mariners hold that slender advantage over Rockdale, courtesy of Don Neonkuru. Doesn't look like any changes at half-time from either side. We're back underway here with Risciuto. Now Speranza. Cordier. Driving around the outside of Smith. Still Cordier clipped into the area. Olszewski got ahead to it. No real direction though. Dylan Pratt Cullen able to claim, and again the Mariners wanting to play out. Perhaps not the moment for it. They like to live life on the edge, do the young Mariners. Just about got away with it there. Rising was Shikluna. I'll have it back through Risciuto, and now Speranza. Stepping into great effect there is Rocco Smith. Neonkuru, Brantman. Wonderful turn from Bailey Brantman. Keeps the ball in play, utilising the full width of the pitch as well, Brantman. Shifting left and right and finding support in the form of Shikluna. Shikluna! Well, drawing Harrison Devonish Mears into action for the first time this half. Had a fair bit behind it, the effort from Lucas Shikluna. Just keeping the goalkeeper honest. Did score last time out at this venue as well, did Lucas Shikluna. 2 goals for the season for the Mariners captain. Brantman has it back in the middle of the park, and here is that man again, Shikluna. Scored what proved to be the winner in the end against Sutherland. And that 3-2 victory back at the end of April. But it's Rockdale now with the forward momentum. Towards Chalakian. Cleared once again at the last available opportunity by the Mariners. Here's Speranza. Cordier. And now Danzo. Still pushing and probing and just trying to pick a hole in the Mariners' defence. Who will hold the keys? Danzo, and now Speranza, who'd stayed forward. Chalakian in behind. Cut back across the face, and there it is! It's been coming, and it's Lachlan Constable who levelled proceedings here at Plume Park. They've been banging on the door for an age, have Rockdale, and they've finally burst it down. Well, no less than their endeavours have deserved. Dylan Parate Cullen finally beaten. There was very little he could do about that. The first time finish from Lachlan Constable. And we're all square once again. Olszewski just going through the back of Parker Williams there. Well, now it's very much Rockdale Ilinden with their tails up. Shikluna nodding it forward to Brantman. Big up and under from Brantman. As you touched on Neonkuru. Just ran away from him a little bit. They'll have it back though through Shikluna. Brantman. Mariners just want to get their foot on the ball here and string some passes together. Andre Parks, Brantman again. Immediately pressed by Chalakian, finding support in the form of Jordan Small. Wide it goes to Menham. In behind is Headley. Couldn't quite reach the pass though. Pelikanos carrying it forward from defence, but only finds his opposite number 8 in Lucas Shikluna. Williams, good strength. Excellent strength indeed from Parker Williams, beating 1, 2, 3 and 4. Still going. Well, eventually halted by a well-timed sliding challenge as Parker Williams. He's not short on confidence at all, is the Mariners' number 34. Off-season signing from Western United's academy. Was injured in pre-season and missed much of the opening rounds of the NPL competition, but he's certainly made that centre-half position his own over the last few weeks. Rocco Smith, good first touch, then beats a couple of challenges and then is brought down by Cordier. Right on halfway. Brantman thought about the quick free kick, instead leaves it for his captain Shikluna. Parade Cullen just putting his foot through that one. Once again, it was the ever dangerous Urushevsky coming forward to keep the goalkeeper honest. Now we can bring you updates from the other match currently underway down in Sydney, where Sydney FC's academy are hosting Rockdale. Rockdale are on the coast, of course. Sydney FC Academy hosting Sydney Olympic, as Rockdale win themselves another free kick on halfway, and tempers are starting to get strained out there. Yellow card is brandished in the direction of the perpetrator, Rocco Smith. Doesn't seem all too phased, does the Mariners number 22. It's another tangle of legs on that far touchline as well. A series of free kicks, allowing Rockdale to make their way up the pitch and gain some territory here. The Mariners are going to have some more defending to do. Swung in towards Urushevsky, headed half clear, and then headed fully clear. Shikluna, good touch to find Headley. Forward it goes towards Nyonkuru. Braden Sorge gets there first though, into touch. I did promise you an update from that Sydney FC, Sydney Olympic game. And here it is. Sydney Olympic now lead by 3-1. Overcoming the early Sydney FC goal from Tiago Quintal. 3 second-half goals unanswered from Tenquol, Timotheu and Roy O'Donovan. Meanwhile, Rockdale are on the march forward. Dylan Parade-Cullen quickly off his line to effect the clearance. Cordier and Urushevsky and Speranza were all after it. It's an uncharacteristic loose pass there from Jordan Small, finding Urushevsky. Andre Parks will regather it for the Mariners. Williams will get a second bite at it here as well. Williams finds Shikluna. Excellent turn from Lucas Shikluna, and now looks to release Headley. Collins gets there first. Back to Devonish Mears. Collins drifted wide to provide an outlet, and now Sorge. Forward it comes from Pelikanos towards Chalakian, and again, Parade Cullen quickly off his line. He's certainly earning his keep out there tonight is Dylan Parade Cullen. 3 absolutely top shelf saves in the first stanza. Bailey Brownman is bundled off it on halfway by Cordier. Asking the question of Danny Horsted as well, as to whether there may be any further sanctions. Danny Horsted says nothing doing. Shikluna swings it wide towards Menham. Just running out of real estate on the far touchline are the Mariners, and they will look to go to the bench for the first time this evening as well. A double change coming up, so Rocco Smith will take his leave. I dare say that will see the introduction of Michael Paragalli. Indeed it is, so like for like replacement at right back there. Nico Duarte, the other to be introduced. Offering a different dynamic up top for the Mariners. Good to see Nico Duarte back as well after a long injury layoff. Menham in towards Duarte. Forcing the clearance there from Collins. Duarte. And forward it comes towards Alek Ulushevsky. Burst into the area. Ulushevsky! Not far away from the Baker as he looked to cook up something special there for Rockdale. You can see he was just trying to curl it into that top corner. Didn't quite wrap his boot around it enough in the end. And the Mariners' goal survives yet another aid. So confirmation on that other change from the Mariners. Yanni Nassis has taken his leave. As we said, Nico Duarte offering some fresh legs up top. Rockdale able to play their way through that Mariners press. Speranza, now Cordier, able to evade the attention of Michael Paragalli and teasing ball across the face as well. They were queuing up for it. Ulushevsky and Constable arriving late. Wonderful, wicked ball from Cordier. Final touch was off a Mariners defender, so behind it will go for a corner. Danger still not quite dealt with by the Mariners. Half-hearted appeals for handball from Rockdale Ilinden. Danny Horsted unmoved by their pleas. And they'll look to play their way forward once more. Towards Ulushevsky. Cleared again by Williams. The Mariners penalty area having to withstand no end of pressure here from Rockdale. Prosciutto. Pelikanos now. Danzo. Rockdale moving from side to side. Again trying to pick a hole through the Mariners' low block. Danzo. Pelikanos offering the wall pass. Speranza. Cordier now building nicely this for Rockdale. Pelikanos sizing up the cross. Whipped in centrally. Ulushevsky! Fantastic save. Danger's not quite cleared yet. Danny Horsted gets in on the action. And that will see a halt in proceedings. as he also checks on the well-being of Lucas Shikluna. Well, it's not the first, second, third or fourth time tonight that Dylan Parate-Cullen has been called into action. Point-blank save, spread himself exceptionally well, did the Mariners goalkeeper. And Alec Urushevsky is denied once more. Neonkuru, little flick around the corner to try and get around Speranza. Speranza was wise to it though. Here's Chalakian. A very good challenge from Jordan Smaller to take that off the toe of Chalakian. The ball forwards didn't quite match the challenge though. Straight out into touch. Just relieves a little bit of pressure for the Mariners, if nothing else. Speranza. All the way back to Asciutto. Pelikanos. Again, first time ball to find Danzo. Look to switch the point of attack out to Sorge. Couldn't quite reel that one in. Well, still half an hour to play here at Plume Park. A goal apiece. Of course, it was Don Neonkuru in the first half for the Mariners, pegged back early in the second stanza by Lachlan Constable. And it's been just about all Rockdale. Certainly in the second half in any case. Here's Risciutto. Collins. Chalakian, who's dropped between the lines there. And he'll win a free kick as well. Danny Horsted just waited to see if any advantage would accrue. It did not. Collins gets us back underway. Danzo, Sorge, who's been a fantastic outlet so far tonight for Rockdale, has Sorge. Here's Cordier, wants to isolate his fullback. And Paragalli says, isolate me all you like. Takes that off the toe of Cordier and out into touch. Risciutto. Tangle of legs there going in favour of Rockdale. Danzo gets us back underway. Collins, Sorge. Gets a second bite at it as well, Sorge. Pelikanos, Sorge again. Chalakian. Clipped in towards Cordier. Rising was Paragalli. Here's Speranza. Brantman not shirking his defensive duties. Ball forward, though, in the direction of Nico Duarte was just too far ahead of the Mariners' number 9. Danzo, pressured by Duarte and turns it over to Shikluna, who plays one into the half space there for Neonkuru. It's just hit his heels, though. Rockdale will have it straight back with Cordier. Urushevsky. Still going, Urushevsky. Sliding challenge from Parks. Half-hearted appeals from Rockdale for a penalty there after the sliding challenge from Andre Parks. Got enough of the ball for Danny Horsted's liking. Brantman. Paragalli and Brantman again now. Skips around the challenge of Pelikanos. Still going is Brantman. Finds the supporting cast in the form of Paragalli. All the way back to Parks. Shikluna Clipped ball in behind in the direction of Neonkuru. Speranza is there first. A fascinating battle between Neonkuru and Speranza so far in this one. Neonkuru, of course, has the goal to show for it. As Rockdale once again look to play their way out. Courier. Pelikanos. A raking crossfield ball towards Sorge. Menem gets his head to it first, and that's wonderfully worked from Harry Menem as well to keep possession. Well, curse of the commentator, perhaps striking. Take nothing away from the interception from Harry Menem, though. Got his head to it first, and then able to stretch and reel it in and take it away from Braden Sorge entirely. Here is Sorge. Constable, back to Collins. Rockdale inviting the Mariners forwards as Rasciuto carries it forward now. Speranza. Cordier lets the ball run past Paragalli, but not past Andre Parks. Another wonderful sliding challenge from Andre Parks. The 17-year-old. Made a few appearances in the first grade setup last season where he made his debut in the NPL. A highly rated prospect. You can see why with tackles like that. Chalakian, Collins has come forward and Sorge now. Still Sorge, good strength to retain possession. Well, just for the moment. Anyway, Mariners able to win it back. Possession changing hands frantically here. Pelikanos for Rockdale. Sorge. Back to goal, unable to fashion an opening. Going back to Rasciuto now. Everyone behind the ball here for the Mariners. Wide it goes and swung in oh so deep. Harmlessly over the crossbar in the end as well. Paragalli. Pass unable to find its intended target. Easy for Rasciuto to pick up. Here's Cordier. Gets around the outside of Small and then around the outside of Paragalli. Measuring the cross here, Cordier. It hangs in the air for an age. Nodded down to Urushevsky. Blocked. Danzo. Blocked again. Collins. Pelikanos. This one's whipped in with a bit more fizz to it. Here is Sorge again. Slide rule ball. Harry Menem having to do some defensive work, I should say. My apologies. The cold perhaps getting the better of me momentarily. It's all finished up down at Sydney FC as well. That one finishing in favour of Sydney Olympic by 3-1. As we said, a couple of ex-Mariners on the score sheet for Sydney Olympic in the form of Ten Kowal and Roy O'Donovan. Have they perhaps done their fellow academy side a bit of a favour? Because if this scoreline remains, Sydney FC will find themselves behind the Mariners on the table in 16th place. The Mariners would jump out of the automatic relegation spot into 15th. Wonderful touch from Headley, and tries for a free kick after the contact from Sorge. Danny Horsted unmoved. So on we go. My apologies, I believe that was actually Harry Menham who was brought down there. Again, Rockdale just inviting that half press of the Mariners and then able to play through it. Sorge, Constable. Danzo. Chalakian looking to release Ulashevsky! I think just about everyone, including yours truly, thought that hit the back of the net. Well, it's hit the back of the net. And you'd put your house on him scoring from there. And somehow it's beaten everyone, including the goal. Here's Nico Duarte, looking to go around the outside of Speranza this time. Speranza getting a toe to it at the expense of a corner. I think just about everyone in the crowd here is still in shock at that miss from Alek Ulashevsky just moments ago. Meanwhile, the Mariners have another opportunity from a set piece. Shikluna to deliver the outswinger. Well, a sea of bodies flying through the air in the end. It all comes to naught. Just a free kick at the end of it for Rockdale Ilinden. And Harrison Devonish-Mears voicing his displeasure about something. All the way back it goes to Parate Cullen. Just playing kick to kick now with Devonish-Mears. Rashuto. Speranza. Free kick going the way of Rockdale. Contact into the back of Brendan Chalakian. May be able to hear what the crowd think of that. Not that it matters though, the only opinion that matters is that of the referee Danny Horsted. And Rockdale Ilinden have a free kick in a very dangerous position, whipped in by Chalakian towards the back stick. Parate Cullen again forced into action. Point blank save once more. I think it was friendly fire in fact. The Mariners withstand yet another raid. Chalakian nods it on for Ulashevsky and he'll get the return pass as well here, Chalakian. Shifts onto his right now, Chalakian. A little layoff towards Pelikanos. Good sliding challenge to prevent that, and they have done himself a bit of damage there as well, Jordan Small. Well, he's back up and about. They come again though, Rockdale. Chalakian. Cordier. Over the top it goes this time from Pelikanos. And again, cleared once more to Rashuto. Sorge has green grass in front of him now. Constable. Good challenge from Harry Menham, who's performed admirably at left back tonight, as he has all season in fairness. Here's Sorge again. Well, this time he has the beating of Menham. Crosses towards Cordier, but cuts out by Parate Cullen. Fairly regulation take that for the Mariners gloveman. Paragali, Neonkuru, unable to ride the challenge of Speranza, and here comes Chalakian, and now Urushevsky. Clipped in where Lachlan Constable was arriving late. Once again, the Mariners able to clear their lines, this time at the expense of a corner. Still 15 or so minutes to play. This one is anything but a foregone conclusion. It's all in the balance. Corner clipped in towards the near post. Speranza nodding it back in. Now Danzo with the up and under. Nodded in towards Cordier and Risciuto! Well, perhaps not the most likely of outlets. But Risciuto drawing yet another save out of Dylan Parate-Cullen. We are going to have a brief break in play here as well, as there is another Mariners player down on the turf requiring some treatment. It looks like it's Parker Williams who has done himself a bit of a mischief. Again, didn't really look like there was any contact. And he's only just returned from injury over the last few weeks, has Parker Williams. The Mariners will be hoping that there's nothing too serious there for their centre half. I do have Alex Guntunas on the bench, who would be considered the natural replacements at centre half, if required. Well, it looks like the Mariners may be going to their bench in any case. Meanwhile, Don Neonkuru has also found himself on the turf as well, feeling a little bit uncomfortable out there. Braden Sorge is none too impressed. Still waiting to see if Rockdale, if and when Paul D will go to his bench. Of course, on the bench, a couple of familiar faces around these parts in the form of Ricardo Rizzo, the one-time Mariners gloveman, and Yinka Sunmola, who was previously scholarship holder for the Central Coast Mariners. And we are going to see those changes now for the Mariners. Adam Hall enters the fray. Duarte finds Adam Hall, early touch here for the substitutes. Well-timed challenge that from Speranza. The other change, of course, for the Mariners, Mate Busek, who will operate on that left flank. Duarte couldn't quite find Hall. Hall, in the end, taking it off the toe of Risciuto. So Busek gone for Don Neonkuru. Another Canberra product out there. A highly rated ex-Canberra Croatia. Made the trip up to the coast. Another Canberra product out there is Michael Paragali. Good challenge that from Harry Menem, getting there ahead of Braden Sorge, and Menem now with a bit of space to move into. In towards Duarte! Some save from Harrison Devonish-Mears. Well, Devonish-Mears says to Parate-Cullen, just about anything you can do, I can do as well. Point-blank save. Nico Duarte with the goal just about at his mercy. Denied by a fantastic piece of goalkeeping. The ricochet could have landed just about anywhere, but it landed in safety. And now here come Rockdale in the form of Urushevsky. Has the beating of Parks. Doesn't have the beating of Paragalli just yet, though. Finds support in the form of Speranza, who will eventually win the free kick after the challenge of Bailey Brantman and Hall. Pelikanos! Well, that was moving. May have taken a touch or two or three on the way through as well. Parade Cullen had to adjust and readjust as well. It's not the ball that you want to play out from the back. Here is Pelikanos, blocked again. The follow-up is in! They've turned it around. And it's that man again, Lachlan Constable. The Mariners' insistence on playing out from the back has turned into when playing it out of the back goes wrong. And they find themselves behind. For the first time tonight, Lachlan Constable at the double. And for all their hard work defensively, it's been undone by perhaps a moment of naivety. Urushevsky. Shikluna stealing in. Is aware of the pressure on him, but he's turned it over. Chalakian had to take the shots on fairly quickly as it started to close down around him. Well, they've managed to turn it around. Rockdale, as we said, they went behind to that Don Nyonkuru goal fairly early in the piece. As we see Matthew Cordier requiring some treatment now. But just as Sydney Olympic did down at Sydney FC Academy, Rockdale have done here on the Central Coast. Lachlan Constable adding goals number 3 and 4 for the season for him. And but for the fantastic goalkeeping of Dylan Parate Cullen and some excellent defensive work from Andre Parks and Parker Williams. Of course, Rocco Smith, Michael Paragalli and Harry Menham as well, all pitching in. It could have been far more than the single goal deficit. They find themselves, I should say, my apologies, needing to try and overturn, but it's Rockdale again in the form of Urushevsky. Blocked again. Oh, Matthew Cordier seemingly unable to continue. He's taken his leave for the evening. And Rockdale have yet another set piece. Swung in very deep. Well, so deep in the end that it actually left the field of play. So behind for a goal kick. Confirmation on that change as well for Rockdale. Yinka Sunmola, the former Central Coast Mariner himself, returning to Plume Park tonight in red and black. Here's Brantman. Parker Williams. Wide it goes for Menham. Inside for Mate Bushek. Again, the Mariners unable to force their way through two very congested banks there from Rockdale. Proving tough to break down. Risciuto. Sunmola. Dunzo Collins and now Sorge. Well, they'll be very happy to just play keep ball and just see this one out. Will Rockdale, I'm sure. Risciuto. They know, of course, 3 points will send them to the top of the NPL, albeit with the Wanderers to play tomorrow against Marconi. Here's Speranza. It's cleverly done from Speranza. Still going. Cut back across the face. It evades just about everyone. Sorge is following in. Fairly tame sort of effort, though, from Sorge. It's comfortably blocked. Oh, that's a dangerous back pass. Ulashevsky was lurking. The Mariners just playing their way into trouble once again. Shot at the end of it is blocked. Ball comes back down with a bit of snow on it, I fancy. Chalakian. Well, you can see what he was trying to do. Again, looking for that top corner. But always leaning back, always rising. The Mariners will go to the bench for the final time tonight. Alex Guntunas will be coming on here for Parker Williams. So a like-for-like change at the heart of defence. And they've got just about 4 minutes plus any time added on to try and pull this one out of the fire, the Mariners. For Rockdale, they've got about 4 minutes plus added time to try and hold on, or perhaps try and find another, as Danny Horsted will be going to his notebook again for the challenge on Blake Risciuto. High foot indicated. And Blake Risciuto will be happy to soak up a few valuable seconds here. Confirmation of the yellow card there for Nico Duarte. He certainly is nothing if not an all-action competitor, Nico Duarte. As we said, recently returned from the treatment table. Had a bit of what he describes as an off-season tune-up, going under the knife. And Rockdale will indeed go to the bench. Blake Risciuto unable to continue, so he'll take his leave. Double change, in fact. I'll bring you confirmation of that shortly as Rockdale look to go long. 3 changes for Rockdale now. Of course, Yinka Sunmola coming on earlier. Physical tussle there between Paragalli and Urushevsky. Final touch off Michael Paragalli indeed. So, and it will go for yet another Rockdale throw-in. It's Lachlan Griffiths, of course, who's come on in place of Blake Risciuto. Sunmola unable to escape the corner. Clipped forward towards Duarte. Good strength again from Nico Duarte. Couldn't quite stick the pass though. Pelikanos picks it up. Sliding challenge there from Shikluna. Pinballing around everywhere. And eventually Hall brings it out of the sky. Small looking to sweep one wide here for Harry Menem, who's continued his run forward, but just left the ball behind there, Menem. Still they come here, the Mariners. Small. Back to Guntunas. That unmistakable mop of bleached hair. Seems to be all the rage on the coast at the moment. I did see Christian Theoharis also sporting a similar look, as is Ronald Barsalous as well. Devonish is in no hurry to pick that one up. Eventually back underway. Collins. Hunter Elliott will be across to take the throw. He, of course, was the other change just a moment ago. Well, it's all happening on the far touchline. Getting a bit chaotic in the final few minutes. We are into time added on at the end of the second stanza here at Plume. Andre Parks. Hall, and now Paragalli just has his legs taken away from him. Just as Paragalli's legs are taken away, the Mariners may also feel that this game might be getting away from them. Parks and Guntunis now. He scored a pretty spectacular late goal against Spirit FC earlier in the season, did Alex Guntunis. Now the Mariners would love something similar today as well. Plenty forward for the Mariners, crowding that 18-yard box. Slide challenge. A slide tackle, I should say, my apologies, at the end of it. Rockdale able to clear their lines, but I fancy it's going to come back at them pretty quickly here. Parks. Central is Brantman until fancy Jordan Small may have just taken that to a pretty delicate sort of area. He's back up and about, Jordan Small. Fancy that would sting even more on a brisk evening such as tonight. Meanwhile, there's another Rockdale player down requiring some treatment here. It's Brendan Chalakian, who may just be indulging in the dark arts somewhat here. Well, time continues to tick. Danny Horsted, of course, indicating that this will all be taken into consideration. Chalakian looks indeed to actually be taking his leave for the evening. We'll bring you confirmation of that change in just a moment. We will eventually get back underway by way of a Rockdale throw-in. So it looks like So Kataoka will enter the fray for the final moments of this one. The Mariners will have themselves a free kick just inside their own half. Again, bodies just flying everywhere at the moment. Sending everyone forward here, the Mariners. They're not going to die wondering. Guntunis. Going long this time. Hunter Elliott's doing some defensive work for Rockdale. It's all getting a bit frantic out there in that far corner. in amidst all the fog. I'm sure there's a football game happening. Thrown in long. Guntunas. Rockdale fans calling for the final whistle. Danny Horsted says, not just yet. Well, they're all in their own defensive half, and Danny Horsted does indeed now say, that will be that. And you can hear the cheers of those Rockdale Ilinden supporters. You can hear just what that means to them. They do go top of the table. Of course, the Wanderers to play tomorrow to see if Rockdale will remain there. For the Mariners, it's a case of, not again, defensive naivety perhaps costing them an oh so valuable point as they remain anchored to the foot of the table. Plenty of football, of course, to come tomorrow in the NPL men's competition. As we said, Spirit FC hosting Apia, St George hosting Sutherland, Hills hosting Blacktown, the Wanderers hosting Marconi, St George City hosting Sydney United, and Manly United hosting Wollongong. But from us here on the Central Coast, that is all she wrote. And from me, Pete Pryor, it's bye for now.